the Eastern Long Lions.
That's going to be a big homework, though, for the CLS Knights Indonesia. Now we were looking at the standings. Hong Kong Eastern at 1-1 and CLS Knights Indonesia at 0-1. So this is going to be a big game for CLS Knights Indonesia because there are a lot of expectations for them from the off season because they hired a couple good players. So here are the previous games from Hong Kong. They lost 82-80 to the Formosa Dreamers after down by as much as 13 points. So that's going to be tough though when you down at home. And here's for the CLS Knights Indonesia. They lost 82-80, the same score, after leading as much as 15 points and lost in the fourth quarter by 20-12. So Josh, how tough is it though for a team at home down by 13 and then have to come back? What do you think about that game?
Yeah, well, two contrasting games for these two squads in their last game. So one being down as much as double digits and one being up double digits and then losing it. So again, CLS Knights, it's their home.
Yeah.
So now it's time for them to show what they really got. Last game was a fluke. They just didn't close out well. And for Hong Kong, they're adjusting. I was able to talk to Coach Stars and say they're adjusting to their new lineup, to the style of play that they want. And now is, time for them to show the adjustment that they've made since last game.
This is the guy, Eric Ferguson, who just won the Player of the Week for the ABL. He was struggling though last game. I just talked to him before the game. He said he got into foul trouble early in the first quarter. That's why he lost his rhythm. That's why he only scored 9 points, 9 rebounds, but he still got 4 blocks. So how important will be for Hong Kong Eastern to have Eric Ferguson on the floor tonight?
Just a matter of adjustment for Eric Ferguson. He's playing the 4 spot, but he's really a wingman. So that's what DeGuara said. They're playing with a big 3, so that's a big adjustment for him. If he settles down, then it'll be a good game for him.
And also now we're looking at Maxi Esho, who has a big game last game against his former team, Saigon Heat. So Maxi, we see the stats: 27 points and 6 rebounds, 11 of 19 from the field. That's a solid game for Maxi Esho.
Such a talented player. He has great pedigree playing for UMass. And you know that every game this guy can produce and can really bring it and carry his team any given day.
I think he is right now we'll say the franchise player for CLS Knights Indonesia. So everything, maybe almost all of the offense of CLS Knights Indonesia gonna go through him.
Definitely.
But this is, we just saw Wei Long. I think Wei Long, former Singapore Slingers. I think he's gonna be big also for the CLS Knights Indonesia to be successful this season.
Just interesting for me to see how Wong can perform being outside of Singapore. So for the longest time, I don't think he has experience playing professionally outside of Singapore. So now is his time to get out of that shadow and become his own player.
But he has a big shoe to fill. As we know, last season, the legendary Mario Busang was the starting point guard for CLS Knights Indonesia. So it's a big shoe to fill for Wong Wei Long, but I think he is ready for that role because he also an MVP caliber player in the ABL.
Definitely a very talented player, very talented point guard. Wei Sang, even in the Philippines, he's quite popular. So what Wei Long must do is not try to replace or replicate what Wei Sang brings to the table, but just rather focus on his strengths and what he can contribute to this new team of his.
I definitely agree with you because Wong Wei Long a little bit struggling in the last game. I think he only scored 3 points. So I'm expecting big things from Wong Wei Long playing in front of the CLS Knights crowd. But other than that, we see also Brandon Jawado, former University of Hawaii shooting guard. So Jawado had a solid game last game with 13 points. He's we could say probably one of the best perimeter defender in Indonesia. So he's gonna match up probably with Eric Ferguson.
Yeah, if you say he's a defender, then definitely they will put him on the best scorer. Whoever the best scorer on the floor for Hong Kong would be, then we'll say Brandon guard him.
So also we have Brandon Monte. So hopefully we don't switch. We got 2 Brandon on CLS Knights. So we also got Brandon Monte, a solid 6'7" guy. Also probably before Brandon Jawado, probably Monte Brandon's their best defender. And then I want to see who they're going to put on Marcus Elliott because that's going to be big.
Yeah, definitely. Marcus Elliott is the one that drives the team. I know that DeGuara is there, but really, the offense starts with Marcus Elliott.
Because former ABL World Import MVP Marcus Elliott, I think, averaged 22 points last season, 8 rebounds and 8 assists. Losing, can we talk about more about Hong Kong team? Losing Christian Hardinger and also Tyler Lamb, that's big for them.
Yeah, Hong Kong had a lot of depth last year, so now they will struggle. They will have to rely more on their locals to provide that depth, and it's a big adjustment for them. Again, I was talking to Coach Pablo Torre earlier. Last year, they played a lot of traditional basketball, having two big guys. Now they only have one big but a giant of a man in DeGuara, and surrounding him with perimeter players. So it's interesting to see how this game will pan out, how these adjustments from their previous losses will play out in this game.
I think the bench players from CLS Knights Indonesia also need to step up. I think they only had like 15 points from the bench. I don't think that's enough to win a game in the ABL.
Yeah, it's a league that's dominated by imports, but really a lot of times in these kinds of situations, it's your bench that gives you that extra push or that gives you that X factor that can carry you to get a W or not.
I mean, CLS Knights Indonesia actually got a couple of national players from Indonesia. We have Sandy Kusuma, who's the shooter.
I know, yeah, shooter. We really mark him when we play him.
They need to watch him. Hong Kong need to watch him. And also a big man who got injured, though, during the offseason. His name is Firman Utomo. So we hope that Firman could contribute this season because he's a big man. He's the backup for Stephen Hurt. And then his potential is really big in Indonesia.
Yep. So now we're about to start the game. Just waiting for the starting lineups to be introduced.
Also a new coach, former Charlotte Hornets and Indiana Pacers, if I'm not mistaken, Coach Brian Rossum. He said he wants to take it game by game.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's adjusting to the style of play here, but he'll definitely get there. Every coach, especially from overseas, has that adjustment period to go through. No matter how long you prepare, it's different when you actually play games and see what you have to do and what's going on.
It's hard when this is your first year as a coach, right? You have to scout all the teams.
Yes, and different countries have different styles of play. Different players react to different methods of coaching. So Rossum just has to find that out for his team.
So now we're looking at the player introduction for the CLS Knights Indonesia. This is got like a filling in.
Untuk lagu kebangsaan kita Indonesia Raya. And this is our national anthem, Indonesia Raya.
Okay, Josh, we are only a minute away from tip-off. So, if you are a coach from Hong Kong, from CLS Knights Indonesia, how will you contain Sam DeGuara inside?
Yeah, you got that on the money. The that's going to be hurt. To defend DeGuara at the beginning, he has to move his feet. Don't give up position because I don't think you can push him out physically. So you have to move your feet, beat him to certain spots on the floor. And ultimately, all the 5 guys on the floor have to work together defensively as a team on their rotations, on their helps, on their different kinds of schemes so that they can effectively limit DeGuara.
Because we all know that Hong Kong Eastern likes to play with a fast pace. And they said that DeGuara doesn't mess that up because he's a big he's a big but he could run the floor.
Yes, definitely Hong Kong will have to adjust their style of play having DeGuara on the floor. But having said that, they've also adjusted their lineup. They're not using 2 traditional big men anymore like they did last season. They had
Ryan Moss and also
Stan Hardinger. So they were both guys who played inside for Hong Kong. Now, Coach Starr say they're doing a lot more 4 out, 1 in. So DeGuara in the middle and 4 perimeter players to surround them because now they're playing a wingman. They're playing Ferguson as a 4, but he's really a 3-man. So that's one of the adjustments this season for Hong Kong.
It's going to be a very exciting season in the ABL. This is the biggest ever with 10 teams in one season. So usually as a player, when you play your first home game, usually you get overexcited.
It's just jitters, you know. Yeah. But you always like play at home. You want to feed off the energy of the crowd. You know, show what you got, make the crowd proud of you.
So the ball is up now. We see Brendan Monte. Wow, he's starting the offense for the CLS Knights. And we see now driving, and he goes up. Oh, blocked by Sam DeGuara. That's a big defensive play for Sam DeGuara.
Just a huge presence inside.
Adam Zoom is a corner 3-point shot. Marcus Elliott with the ball, getting a screen from Ike Ferguson. They went straight to DeGuara with a soft touch around the rim.
Nice little roll to the basket by DeGuara. Indonesia has collapsed earlier, beat DeGuara earlier from the weak side for them to be able to stop that roll to the basket.
This is very interesting for CLS Knights Indonesia. Brandon Monte playing as a playmaker. And now Stephen Hurt, mid-range, short. As we know, Stephen Hurt struggling in the last game, shooting 4 for 17. So that's not a good start for Stephen, missing his first shot.
Hurt will have a very important role offensively. He will try to stretch out DeGuara, trying to get him off the paint by hitting jump shots. But like I said, he needs to hit jump shots for DeGuara to step out.
So we see now Jawado is on Marcus Elliott. And I think there's a foul, shooting foul for Marcus Elliott. He misses his first one. This is unusual for Marcus Elliott. He really shoots really well from the line.
A lot of adjustments going on.
And he makes the second one. Hong Kong goes up 3-0 in the first minute of the game. We see now Wong Wei Long with the ball, guarded by Lee Kee. Pass it to Brandon Jawado. Jawado with a nice bounce pass from Stephen Hurt. Got blocked again now by Ike Ferguson. Ike Ferguson actually is a very good defender. I think he had 4 blocks in the last game, so watch out for him on the defensive end.
Very athletic.
And now they're trying to get back to DeGuara. And DeGuara is very aggressive in his first couple of minutes. Got blocked by Stephen Hurt. And now Ike Ferguson missed the layup.
Good defensive stand right there by Indonesia.
Wow, DeGuara, I think, escaped with a technical foul over there. He just kicked the ball to the A board. I think the ref missed that one, but we see Brandon Monte fouled by Adam Zhu, former New York University player.
NYU.
Wong Wei Long with a nice drive. I think that's what you want to see though from your player in the first couple of minutes. Be aggressive to the basket.
Yes. Well, a couple of times now, Indonesia tried to drive inside, but DeGuara, they got stopped inside by the presence of DeGuara and Ferguson. So what they got to do is continue to be aggressive, but when the defense clamps in, they need to find the open guys with the kick outs.
That's where you need Brandon Monte and Brandon Jawado to hit the open shots. And maybe also Maxi Asho, who could hit the stretch four. He could hit the 3-point also. Two good free throws from Wong Wei Long.
That's a good sign for Wong Wei Long, hitting early free throws. That's a good sign to boost his confidence.
Now we see DeGuara, nice inside pass to Eric Ferguson. He missed the chippy. Rebound by Maxi Asho. Stephen Hurd.
Hurd is really playing from the outside, trying to stretch out DeGuara. He doesn't want to do anything with DeGuara in the paint.
We see another good defensive play from Eric Ferguson with the steal and
what a move!
What a move with the side step. We see Eric Ferguson with the layup.
Cuffing the ball.
Yes.
Little hop, skip, and a jump. Finishing at the rim.
Trying to bounce back from a 9-point game after a big first game against the Zhuhai Wolfwurst. Now we see Stephen Hurd miss another open shot.
He has to keep on shooting that if that's the coach's prerogative for him to shoot from the outside, because they know that DeGuara won't be closing out from distance.
I see Leakey against Wong Wei Long. DeGuara on the post. Lost the ball. Nice defense from Maxi Esho.
Lots of physicality being allowed by the referees this game.
That's what we like though, Josh. You know,
Yep.
let the players play. Jawado. Nice bounce pass and a nice cut from Stephen Hurd with the dunk. So this might boost his confidence, with an easy layup.
Definitely. Anytime you see the ball go through the bucket, that's a good sign for your psychology.
That's a nice spin move from Marcus Elliott with the floater. Former final MVP also, Marcus Elliott. So he's probably the most valuable player for a Hong Kong team. We see now Maxi Asho on the post. A little bit mismatch against Marcus Elliott. Jawado with the open shot. Open three. He made it. This is a good sign also for Jawado, because Jawado, after a 2-year off from professional basketball, so this is his first comeback in the professional league. So this is going to be good for him playing with CLS Knights Indonesia.
Always like to see players, coming back from injuries and doing again what they love doing most.
DeGuara, the tough shot over Stephen Hurd.
Over three players.
Now we see in the first couple of minutes that Hong Kong really trying to get the ball to DeGuara, to the post.
Yeah, while he's fresh, they're trying to establish inside dominance.
We see Stephen Hurd.
Oh, look at that. That was almost a tackle inside.
Another shot from Jawado and it's in. So Jawado with the 2 quick 3-pointers for the CLS Knights Indonesia. Coach Brian Rossum must be happy about this.
Jawado started the game aggressively, ready to shoot. You can see it in his eyes. The moment he catches the ball, he's ready to shoot.
Oh, Marcus Elliott answered with a layup. Jawado actually told me before the game that he wants to get 20 points in this game. So he's on pace for that right now.
You can see it in his eyes that if he catches it, he has some room. He's letting the ball go.
Now Wong Wei Long, now Brent Monte with the medium jumper. That's not his game though, actually, but he's more a slasher for CLS Knights Indonesia. But it's good though if he could hit a mid-range jumper for CLS Knights Indonesia. Maxi Esho on the break. Over. Foul by Sam DeGuara. Maxi Esho with the second effort. That's what we like to see though, the energy from the CLS Knights players.
That's one way you can really counteract a bigger team, is when you run the floor. So force turnovers, so get the rebounds and have all your guys running down the floor, have your bigs rim running, have your wing guys spreading right away, trying to beat the defenders. But this is not a good sign for Hong Kong, because a couple of possessions now, it's only DeGuara who's actually defending by his loads of the paint. So his other teammates need to do a better job giving the effort in sprinting back so that DeGuara will not get into foul trouble.
That's going to be very bad for Hong Kong if DeGuara gets foul trouble so early, because as we know that Eric Ferguson got 3 fouls in the first quarter in the last game. So Asho with 2 good free throws. Now Marcus Elliott walked the ball up. So now Brandon Monte on Eric Ferguson. Marcus Elliott trying to find a space. pass it back to DeGuara with the fade away.
But good job. You know, Hurt is showing some strength right there. DeGuara is trying to get inside position, but Hurt is able to hold his ground so far.
That's actually really good defense from Hurt.
I mean, he's not being overpowered by DeGuara thus far. DeGuara has been shooting a couple of fadeaway jumpers, and that's what you want to see if you're Indonesia.
We just hope that Sam doesn't get frustrated from the defense of Stephen Hurt, because he might get a silly foul if he gets frustrated. So now Brandon Monte driving, Maxi Esho.
Hurt is open again.
And now Hurt hits the jump shot.
That's a smart move by Hurt. He missed the three-pointer earlier, so now he takes a couple of steps inside because DeGuara is not even thinking about closing out on him and having a hand up. So he casually takes a couple of steps inside, shooting an easier jump shot from there.
But other than Stephen Hurt making that shot, I like the way the ball moved though for CLS Knights Indonesia. So now turnover for Hong Kong Eastern. Coach Brian Rossum, former Charlotte Hornets player and Indiana Pacers. A new style because they were coached by Coach Coco last season. Now they're bringing in an import coach. So to put probably more knowledge to all these players.
Great one. That's their pistol action, trying to get a quick handoff. Putting Hurt in that corner.
And now Stephen Hurt making a three-point shot from the corner for CLS Knights Indonesia, and they are up 17-11 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And now DeGuara had a good position inside with an easy shot.
Yeah. I know, I like it that Hurt made that three-point shot, but you know, he celebrated a little bit, played to the crowd, that got him out of position defending DeGuara right there.
Probably the coach got mad because of that. Now Wong Wei Long with his first three-point shot, and he splashed it in. Wong Wei Long with a three-point shot.
Great ploy by Indonesia so far. Now DeGuara is concerned about Hurt hitting jump shots.
Offensive foul. This is what I said about getting a silly foul. I think that's on Sam DeGuara, I think. We will see. Yes, offensive foul on Sam DeGuara. That his second. Now he has to go out from the game.
Let's see now. You know, I think Elliott is not as comfortable playing with a dominant big man inside. He's just picking his spots to attack. But now that Sam DeGuara is out, look for Elliott to be extra aggressive.
Now they had their shooter, Chen Shu Wing, jersey number 8, coming in. And also CLS Knights have their backup big man, Firman Nugroho, coming in for Stephen Hurt. I think because DeGuara is out of the game. I think Coach Brian Rossum trying to get
DeGuara is still in.
Oh, DeGuara is still in. I'm sorry about that. Firman.
So that's the game plan. You can see the game plan of Coach Rossum. Really is encouraging his big guys, his centers, to shoot from the outside to counteract the presence of DeGuara there.
Do you think this is a big gamble though for Coach Edu Torres to still put in DeGuara on the floor with 2 fouls?
Definitely. You know, just one more foul and you know,
he might sit until halftime.
He might regret it afterwards.
Corner shot from Chan Shu Wing, misses. Brandon Monte with the rebound. Now Brandon Jawada, who hit 2 3-pointer earlier, with a nice drive with a layup.
That might be the third foul of the big man. I don't know.
We will see. That's a good aggressive move by Brandon Jawada to attack the Hong Kong defense. Ooh. Yes, that is the third foul for Sam DeGuara. And now we will see what Coach Edu Torres is going to do.
I just really don't know about that. Leaving your primary big man in there, you know, with only 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes left on the quarter, leaving him there with 2 fouls. And, you know, things happen in basketball. You sometimes can't help it. Even if you try to avoid fouls, you're susceptible to it.
I think that is a very smart move by Jawado too, you know, looking at DeGuara inside, you know, trying to attack his body to get his third foul. Jawado hits the first free throw. So I think he has 7 points now.
DeGuara is still inside, staying in the ball game.
That is
3 fouls.
That
Big man.
is a very surprising move by Coach Edu
Very,
Torres.
very bold move, leaving the Giant in there with 3 fouls.
DeGuara with the second free throws. Timeout from Hong Kong, I think.
Okay, let's see now.
Okay, off the timeout, we're coming back to the game.
During that timeout, even up to now, Coach Torres is livid about something about the officiating. I guess it was the fouls of DeGuara or something, or calls that they haven't been getting, and you know, DeGuara has been getting on the other side. So I don't know.
He has to be careful though, not to get a technical foul from the.
So well, finally after that timeout, DeGuara is off the game.
Yes. Elliott misses a three-point shot. Rebound by Esho. Pass it to Brendan Jawado. Pass it to Wong Wei Long. Trying to get it to Brendan Monte, but he couldn't. Brendan Jawado. Nice pass to Maxi Esho with the three. Misses the shot.
In this possession, right off the timeout, Hong Kong sat on a 2-3 zone. I wonder if they will continue it for the remainder of the first quarter, but you know, I guess it's something that they want to do when DeGuara is out of the ballgame.
Well, we'll see with the zone defense. No, Fairman pass it to Maxi Esho. I think they're staying with the zone, I think.
So a little bit of a 1-2 zone. Yeah, 1-2 zone right here.
Now Wong Wei Long, who hit a shot earlier. That was kind of a bad shot selection for Wong Wei Long.
He had a little bit of shot clock pressure that time.
50 seconds left in the first quarter. The Knights is up 22-13 over the Hong Kong Eastern. Chan Shu Wing with a nice jump shot.
Pretty looking jump shot off that ball screen. Now they're calling 5. That means they're 1-2 zone or matchup zone right here.
Esho with a baseline jump shot.
It's working so far. Indonesia struggling to break that zone.
Elliott, nice pass to Ferguson with a nice layup.
That's the thing about the zone defense. You're susceptible. It's an automatic fast break formation. So if you don't sprint back well, if you're trying to break the zone, then you're susceptible to a lot of transition baskets.
Well, Jawado take a quick shot,
Wow.
but he made it.
Talk about breaking the zone, huh? Just catch it and shoot it from deep.
That's the third three-pointer for Brendan Jawado in the first quarter. So now CLS Knights is up 25-17 in the first quarter over the Hong Kong Eastern as we take a timeout before we head into the second quarter. And we are back for the second quarter for the game between CLS Knights Indonesia against Hong Kong Eastern. The score is right now 25-17 for the CLS Knights Indonesia.
The CLS Knights so far in that first quarter feasting from the three-point land and really using it as their primary weapon in mounting this lead against the Hong Kong Eastern Lions. Now a bit of concern now for Hong Kong with their big man, their giant, Sam DeGuara, getting his third foul in that first quarter. Unbelievable.
Now they have to play without DeGuara probably this whole quarter, but we will see if Coach Edu Torres is going to make another bold move, putting him in or not halfway through the second quarter. Elliott misses the three-point shot, rebound, and then now Chang Shi Wing.
This is where depth becomes an issue.
Chang Shi Wing with the ball, and Marcus Elliott against Maxi Esho drive, a foul by Maxi Esho. Looks like a clean block.
But again, with DeGuara out and not there clogging the paint offensively for Hong Kong, Elliott has a lot of room now to operate and do his thing. Close call, like you said. But again, I was saying earlier that this is where the depth issues of the Hong Kong Eastern Long Lions will come into play. Before they had 4 imports, now they only have 3. So their locals really will have to step in and provide the quality minutes, especially now they're an import down because of foul trouble this first half.
Now they got 2 local players coming in. Wu Chuk Pang, number 30, and Siu Kin Fun, number 24. As Marcus Elliott takes his second free throws, and he makes it. And now the score is 25-19 for the CLS Knights Indonesia. As we see now, Arif Hidayat comes in for CLS Knights Surabaya. And now we'll see Maxi Esho with the layup. He missed an open layup.
Sorry, misses.
And Stephen Hurd also missed the tip in for CLS Knights Indonesia. And Marcus Elliott passes to Siu Kin Fun, who loses the ball. And now Brendan Joado passes to Maxi Esho with the reverse layup. Misses the top layup. He asked for the foul.
Lots of contact, but the refs aren't giving it. The refs has been consistent so far, so players have to adjust.
And now Eric Ferguson drives to the basket with the layup. He misses the layup, so we see a couple of missed layups right now at the game.
What's up with the bucket so far? There still seems to be a lid on the baskets right now.
And Eric Ferguson is mad about missing that layup right now. I see Brendan Joado with the ball.
Hong Kong continuing with their zone 1-2-2 zone defense.
Also, Sandy is in the game right now. Stephen Hurd drive. And now Maxi Esho, another layup. Foul by Siu Kin Fun, or Wu Chuk Fun, number 30. Can we say a very quiet first quarter for Maxi Esho? Maybe now he's trying to get his stamp in the game in the second quarter with a free throw.
Esho has missed a lot of, has missed a number of easy shots for him, shots that he normally makes. But now that he gets himself into the free throw line, that's a chance for him to settle down and get his rhythm.
He makes both of his free throws. Now we see Chan Shu Wing walks up the ball, and Elliott getting the ball on top, pick and roll. We see guarded by Sandy. Elliott pulls up and drains it in.
Again, DeGuara out of the game. It's Elliott's time to take over.
Arif Hidayat passes to Brendan Joado. Joado to Esho. Esho to Sandy. Sandy with his first shot. A little bit short. And now Hong Kong trying to attack the basket. Elliott with the ball, guarded by Maxi Esho. We could say that a mismatch. Now guarded by Arif Hidayat. Siu Kin Fun with the three-point shot. That's what we would like. That's what they would like to see from their local players, hitting a big three-point shot for Hong Kong.
The locals are there. They should be ready to shoot and not try to create for others. They just, let Elliott create for them and just be ready to shoot. But ironically enough, with something got out of the ball game, Hong Kong is making their way back to the game before that shot by Sandy.
Answered right away
big shot by Sandy to break the run of Hong Kong.
Yes, now the Knights are up 30-25 with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. A nice pass from Chan Sung Wing to Woo Chuk Pan, who rolled to the basket. Timeout from CLS Knights. Now we see Elliott trying to pump up all the local players for Hong Kong Eastern. And now we take a break for timeout. Okay, back with me, Rocky Padilla, and my analyst, Josh Reyes, live from Kertajaya in Surabaya. As we see Sandy with a big three-point shot with the contact of the timeout. That's a great play from Coach Brian Rossum.
Sandy being given confidence to shoot the ball. Hong Kong has been sitting on that zone, and the best way to bust a zone is to make your outside shots.
And now we just saw Woo Chik Pan miss the shot. Maxi Esho with the rebounds. Receive Maxi Esho.
Hong Kong staying with that 1-2-2 zone.
They're trying to see if it's still going to work to the next. And see, now the zone works as Marcus Elliott comes out with the loose ball. Marcus Elliott trying to find a space with a jump shot. That's a quick jump shot though for Hong Kong.
Tough shot right there.
We see what the CLS Knights trying to do with the zone. Brandon Mounte, Eric Hidayat on top. Pick and roll with Stephen Hurt. Find Brandon Mounte in the corner. Maxi Esho, no space. 3 seconds violation for Maxi Esho.
With DeGuara sitting down, Hurt is still playing. You know, the biggest guy for Indonesia is still playing outside of in the three-point line. So I'd like to see him be active more in the paint, trying to get inside points. Now that, you know, he's probably the biggest guy out there right now.
Do you think that's because of the zone though? That's why he's not inside?
Well, you know, being the biggest guy, you can still attack the zone inside and have that inside presence.
Now Elliott, who is really aggressive with the jump shot now, misses. I think that's a push from the back from behind, from Eric Ferguson, a loose ball foul.
Elliott has been really forcing the situation so far, the last couple of possessions. I know that he's being called upon to take over, but you know, you got to trust the system a little bit more, trust your teammates.
I think they need to go to Eric Ferguson, who scored 26 points in his first game against the Zhuhai Wolf Warriors. I think that will be a good option.
Yeah, they just have to run good offense.
Now we see CLS Knights Indonesia trying to pass the half court with 2 seconds left. Okay, now he did pass the half court with Maxi Esho. One way long, drive to the basket. Nice drop pass to Stephen Hurt. Missed another open layup.
But that's what you want to see, you know, Wong Wei Long dishing to Hurt, who is playing inside. And you want to see him try to get some inside points.
Now we see Hong Kong trying to start their offense. That's a nice shot from Woo Chik Pung.
It looks...
Sorry, that's Siu Kin Fun, number 24.
Yeah, you take charge of those names right now.
I'm having a hard time, but
you know, partner, it looks to me like both teams are having an easier time shooting from the three-point line than making their layups right now.
So we might see some records tonight for the most three-point shots in the game. Esho with a nice spin move and finish it with a layup.
And Esho, he's like hearing us. What are you talking about our layups? Right there, finishing off a tough spin move and finishing right off contact.
Now we see what Hong Kong gonna do. Eric Ferguson with a medium
Wow.
jump shot. That's
Not-
a good jump shot from Eric Ferguson.
Not the best of shot selections, but he makes it anyway.
That's when the coach says, no, 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 yes. Wong Wei Long passes to Asho with a jumper, misses that shot. I think Stephen Hurd got to get that offensive rebound for CLS Knights Indonesia.
But Hong Kong doing an admirable job, from that zone defense, forcing misses and securing rebounds even though they don't have their big guy inside.
Skip pass from Eric Ferguson to
Chan.
Chen Xiu Wing, who misses the shot. We see Brendan Monte diving. Double dribble. That's a call from the referee.
Some sloppy basketball so far. Both teams have been forcing issues, have been, attacking out of position. They just have to settle down, both squads, and just run their stuff offensively and try to execute, move the ball like they did in the first quarter.
But that's not really Brandon Monte's game, driving to the lane. Now we see Marcus Elliott pass it to
Wow, some shooting so far.
Lau Salai, who just came into the game and hit a jump shot. So now Knights trying to get out from this offensive slump. We see Eric Ferguson with the foul.
I think that was an offensive foul right there.
We will see what the ref's trying to call.
Offensive foul on Furman, I think.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's a good call, Josh.
He was trying to get position, but he had two hands on his defender, pushing him inside.
No, we see that Hong Kong import players are surrounded by shooters. Marcus Elliott pass it. Wow, that's a tough fadeaway from Xiu Kin Fun. Jawado pass it to Wong Wei Long. Trying to get it to Furman, but they couldn't.
Furman feels he has a mismatch right there. That's why he's trying to get inside position.
The bang is open for Wong Wei Long. I don't know if he called bang or not.
I'm telling you, the floodgates are open. I don't know what it is about this game. Both teams have been waxing hot from the outside.
Now Eric Ferguson trying to score from the inside. That's a great defense from CLS Knights Indonesia. Ferguson said he got a contact from Maxi Asho, the ref, not giving him the call.
Like I said, yes, there's been a lot of contact and physicality in the game right now. But to the referee's credit, they have been consistent both ways. So that's, as a coach, that's all you can ask for. Consistency from the referee. So they've been consistent in not calling these fouls inside. The physicality has been letting go by the referees. So it's just up to the players to adjust.
They got to play through context now.
Through contact or move the ball well, not try to force things.
Now we see Maxi Esho loses the ball to Xiu Kin Fun. Pass it to Leaky. Another bang shot. I think the bang is really open right now.
It's something about this game, I'm telling you, Rocky.
I wouldn't know how many 3 points they make already right now. Leaky has been struggling though from the 3-point shot these first 2 games. So Wong Wei Long almost extended the 3-point shot. Now we see number 88, Lau Silai, air ball, 3-point shot. Leaky. We see what Leaky trying to do. Pass it to Lau again in the corner. Nice fake. That's a good shot from Lau, but he misses the 3-point shot. Another offensive rebound for Hong Kong. This is their 3rd chance under a minute in this game.
But, three 3-point attempts and 3 chances.
That's not a good. And we see Jawado, aggressive, fouled by number 14, Tang Chi Hung.
I mean, I personally believe right now Jawado is the best player so far in this game. He's been playing the best. He's been consistent. He's been very effective in his jump shots and his attacks to the basket. And he's been playing really good defense too.
That's good to hear though for a lot of Indonesian fans about Jawado being the best player. But as you said that, he airballed a 3-point shot.
It slipped. It
I mean,
slipped. I saw it. It slipped. It slipped. His hands are wet. But
Yeah.
what do you call that? Well, that's the announcer's curse or something like that.
Yes, you just jinxed.
Come on, Brandon Jawado. After I build you up like that,
You just jinxed Brandon Jawado from the free throw
you
line.
give me an air ball.
Hopefully not.
That's better now.
That's better now. I was just about to say not too air ball. Jawado, timeout with 47 seconds left before the half. All right, 47 seconds left. Hong Kong down by 1, 39-38 right now. We will see what Coach Edu Torres got out of a timeout. Nice drive from Elliott, but he misses the layup. And Lau, he misses the jump shot.
That 88 Lau guy has been really aggressive. I'm loving his aggressiveness.
He's not shy.
Yeah,
I think
he's not shy.
I think he has the green light from Coach Edu Torres. We see Jawado misses the 3-point shot.
Last shot time now for Hong Kong.
We will see what they're trying to go. I think they should go to Eric Ferguson. Oh, no, Eric is not even on the floor. We see, hopefully they're going to go to Marcus Elliott.
Elliott, yeah.
We will see what they got.
Chance for Hong Kong to take the lead
Yes.
before going to the half.
Oh, that's a sloppy basketball from Hong Kong. We see Brandon Jawado open lane with the layup at the buzzer. The CLS Knights Indonesia are up 41-38 at halftime. Off and turnover. Now Jawado got an easy layup. (41-38). Josh, how are you liking that first half?
Lots of action so far, you know. Lots of emotions from the bench, from coaches, from teammates, you know, asking to pass the ball from each other. But great shooting first half by both teams. Now, interestingly enough, Hong Kong got back into this ball game when their big man sat on the bench because of foul trouble. Their offense became more unpredictable, a lot more quicker, and there was a lot more ball movement for Hong Kong. Meanwhile, Indonesia, you know, has been doing good, but they have to figure out the zone of the Hong Kong long lines.
I know you have a coaching background, Josh. I don't want to put you on the spot, but how do you usually attack a 1-2-2 zone defense?
A lot of different things. Number one is you want to attack the high post, the guts of the zone. You want to get the ball in the middle, try to get the ball at the high post at the short corners, and work your way through there. It's very tempting to take hurried shots, hurried three-point shots against the zone, and you don't want to be tempted by those who want to move the zone and take good shots all the time.
So we are seeing now there's a halftime entertainment at the Gore CLS Knights, Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. A lot of fans showed up for this game in Surabaya because this is their favorite team in Surabaya. Back to the game. Josh, do you think Coach Eddie Torres, what do you think Coach Eddie Torres is going to tell them?
If you're Ed Torres, there's a lot of positive things that you can take away from that half, because you know that you can play without DeGuara, at least against the CLS Knights. So you just have to continue that aggressiveness, and just, you know, it's just some of these turnovers are killing them. I know that CLS Knights are hitting a lot of three-point shots, but they just have to stay disciplined with their defense and just not gamble too much. So sometime along the way, Sam DeGuara will be able to return to the ball game, and they can return to their normal basketball game. But you know, so far it's been working without him.
Meanwhile, for CLS Knights Indonesia, are you worried that they take too many three-point shots? Because we saw that a lot of three-point shots they take in the first half.
I don't mind the attempts, but I mind some of the forced three-point shots. You see, we saw at the end of that half that Esho was screaming, yelling at his teammate, Brandon DeGuara, to pass the ball, because DeGuara at the end of the half forced a couple of three-pointers. So the attempts I don't mind, but what kind of attempts are you getting?
But usually after a hot first half, we saw both teams are really hot from three-point shots. Usually in the second half, it's kind of more, they got cold. They got colder, and three-point shots are going to come that more easier, especially the defense going to be tighter in the second half.
Yeah. As we look at this, some halftime festivities going on. Really, I don't think they can sustain the rate of three-point shooting in this game. And in the second half, the defense will clamp down more. So really, the basketball is really won with execution, good shots and inside, easy shots, and free throw attempts. So whoever settles down and gets their offense going with easier shots and incursions in the paint is, I believe, the one will have the advantage and have the better chance of winning.
Because you know there's a saying, right? You live by the three, you die by the three.
But you know, to their credit, the game is really changing now. You see the Golden State Warriors, see Steph Curry, you know, you see all these teams in the NBA, the Utah Jazz, the Milwaukee Bucks. The three-point shot is really a primary weapon now in today's basketball.
As we see the first half stats, we see Brandon DeGuara with 14 points. He is the top scorer in this game. He is shooting 3 out of 4 from the three-point line. And from Hong Kong, we see Marcus Elliott is the top scorer with 10 points, shooting only 33% though from the floor. Both teams not really scoring a lot from turnovers. CLS got 7 points off turnovers, and Hong Kong got 5 points off turnovers.
You can see now that the CLS Knights only have 6 points in the paint, so they relied a lot on their jump shots to get this slim margin. So that, you know, that's kind of a warning sign for me. If you're Coach Rosen, that's like a red flag. I know we got the lead, but really we got it from just purely hot shooting. So we gotta adjust our game a little more. Don't be lulled or don't be overconfident because of this lead.
So Josh, we see that the bench points the gap is pretty big. 13 points for the bench from Hong Kong and 6 points only from CLS Knights bench.
That's big. You know, the bench will give you a lot of boost. If that bench can give you solid minutes, solid production, then that really helps your main guys down the stretch.
From what you say, I heard earlier that you are very happy with the Hong Kong local players' aggressiveness in the first half. What do you think about their local players in the first half?
That's their job, you know, catch and shoot. And that's what I'll tell any of those Hong Kong players, you know. They don't have to create for others. They just have to be ready when the ball gets to them and they have room to shoot it with confidence.
And a big disappointment for Monte Brandon in the first half. He is shooting 0 from 3 from the field and also have 0 points. Yeah. What do you think that Coach Brian Rossum need to say to Brandon Monte to you know, make him more aggressive in the second half?
I think he's not doing anything wrong. He just hasn't been given enough opportunities to score. That's because Brandon Jawada has been shooting really well from the outside, and Wong Wei Long has been playing really well and holding the rock. But he just has to be ready, continue to giving his energy, being ready when if his number is called upon, if that ball gets to him in their office, he has to just continue playing hard, and eventually his numbers will come.
Because CLS Knights Indonesia, they evidently needs him to score if they want to have a chance to win this game. Even though he's scoreless, they're still up 41-38 right now at the half. CLS Knights is scorching hot from 3-point line. We see they made 8 out of 14 in the first half.
But no, it's just not the three-pointers. You know, CLS right now, like you said, 8 of 14 from the three-point line. Hong Kong 5 of 14 from the three. But it's really a lot more jump shots than you see.
Okay, now we're gonna go to our side. Sorry about that, guys. So we're gonna go to our courtside reporter Ardo. So go ahead, Ardo. Thank you, Ardo, for that courtside reporting with Coach Brian Rossum from the CLS Knights Indonesia. Now we are only a couple of seconds away from the second half. As we see, Josh, this is very interesting to me, though. The CLS Knights Indonesia made more three-point shots than two-point shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So don't be fooled. If I was Coach Rosa, I'm telling my squad to don't be fooled by the score. I know we're up by the slightest of margins, but we're only up because we've been making outside shots and not necessarily executing well on offense.
Do you have any expectations what's going to happen in the first couple of minutes for both teams?
It's interesting for me to see what Coach Torre for Hong Kong would do. Will he start DeGuara, or will he continue with the combination that got them back in this ball game?
And CLS, we see they're sticking with the starting lineup. And we see now DeGuara is not playing, I think, in the third quarter. Then,
Yep. So Hong Kong is starting with their with the combination that got them the run. And it's I'm not saying it's a bad blow. It's coaches can do different things and they can be all successful. It's just a matter of how their squad can execute on the floor.
So we got Siu Kin Fan starting in the third quarter, who scored 6 points in the first half, and I think we also have number 30 Woo Chuk Pan, who scored 2 points in the first half. So now we see Stephen Hurt on top, passes to Maxi Esho, who got a nice post position with a nice layup.
Good little set there, diagonal screen for Esho to get him in the post. Right now Esho is CLS's best post threat.
Esho got 6 points. I think Coach Brian Rossum trying to get him going in the third quarter. And then we see now number 24, Siu Kin Fun, fouled while he's driving to get a layup.
I like it. Again, the Hong Kong locals have really been aggressive that time, beating Jawato off the dribble. Number 24, Su, beating Jawato off the dribble, forcing the foul.
And now he's going to shoot a two free throws. Misses the first one. I think his hands is wet.
It's, you know, it's the temperature of the floor right now in the stadium is quite high. You know, lot of humidity, lot of heat, so that can lead to very moist basketballs.
Now the second free throws, he makes it, and the Knights are still up 43-39. Just 30 seconds into the third quarter. You see Brandon Monte.
Again, Esho with the matchup, he wants to attack.
Now we see Stephen Hurd trying to take advantage inside with a nice hook shot.
Again, Hurd for me is interesting. He's there standing in the three-point line, even when in that post-up move he started from the three-point line.
Now we see Marcus Elliott misses a layup. Esho, nice pass to Brandon Monte but he misses the layup. That's a tough layup for Brandon Monte, trying to get a contact. Now we see Eric Ferguson pass it to Lee Key. Lee Key back to Lee Key now. Marcus Elliott with a three-point shot.
Good ball movement, good passing. Just wasn't able to knock down that three.
Jawato loses the ball, picks it up by Marcus Elliott. Pass it to Eric Ferguson, drives to the basket with a layup over Brandon Monte. And now Eric Ferguson trying to be aggressive in the third quarter. He had 6 points in the first half, so that's his 8th point. Wei Long a little bit forcing that floater, I think, on the baseline.
Again, some rush attacks from CLS, not good balance. Fortunately for them, got bailed out by that foul from Lee Key.
Second half is always big for CLS Knights because, as we know, last season they had a big lead always in the first half and then lose it in the second half. You think what happened in between that first half and the second half is usually a team going through.
And sometimes you relax, you know, you stay away from what you're doing, or the other team adjusts and you fail to counter adjust.
And now Esho stretched the lead to 7 points after that 3-point shot. And this is a good sign though for CLS Knights Indonesia. Esho and Lee Key answer it right away with his 3-point shots, and as we see, they are still hot.
Yeah, the hot shooting continues. Let's see if they keep it up the rest of the ball game.
And now Brandon Jawato drive it, kick it out to Maxi Esho, who passed it to Stephen Hurd. Back to Wei Long now. Esho with the 3-point shot over Eric Ferguson, and it bounces in.
Lots of contact from that shot, but good setup from Wong Wei Long.
That's 3 straight 3-point shots from both teams.
That was a potential 4-point play. There was a lot of contact from that 3-point release.
And the refs still consistent, letting the players play, as we see number 30, Woo Chuk Pan, getting a 3-point play. Wow, this is fast pace, Josh.
Good, lots of action, lots of made baskets. That's what we like to see. But because Leaky made his prior 3-point shot, that forced Hurt to step out, leaving his man open, cutting inside.
And I think that foul was on Esho. And now we see Woo Chuk Pan misses his free throw. We're back at 51-46 for CLS Knights Indonesia. 3 minutes in the third quarter. Stephen Hurd pass it to Brandon Jawato, who was hot in the first half. And now Wong Wei Long with an open 3-point shot.
Wow, that's his shot. Wong Wei Long will not miss a lot of those. Wide open, his feet set. Great stroke from the point guard.
This is going to be a high-scoring game, I think. Wow, that's a nice look from Marcus Elliott to Woo Chuk Pan, who was really open underneath the basket.
Hurt and Wong Wei Long were unable to communicate in that back screen.
And now we see Wong Wei Long trying to direct the offense, pass it to, and that's another Good pass,
Lots of contact there.
but a good block from Eric Ferguson, who blocks Maxi Asho, who's trying to dunk the ball.
Wow, that was a lot of contact in that. The referees are really letting the action continue, letting a lot of contact go.
That was a really good pass too
Yeah,
to Asho.
and that's how you break the zone again. Like I said, get it to the gut of the offense, the gut of the defense, hit the high post, hit the short corner, and almost got a good shot out of that.
And we see Coach Eddie Torres
He
very-
wanted a deliberate foul call because Hurt wasn't going for the ball when he tried to stop the fast break.
He is, as we know him, very animated.
You know that Spanish blood full of emotions.
Yes. And we see now the big man is back. 3
Oh.
seconds, Sam DeGuara.
Sam DeGuara is having a real long night. Nothing working for the Giants so far.
He has 6 points and 3 fouls and 1 block shot. And now CLS Knights Indonesia back on offense. Brendan Jawado dribbles the ball, pass it to Asho in the corner, loses it, but recover it and make the reverse layup.
Wow, great control by Esho. Walking the tightrope, trying not to step out of bounds, and able to use his length and athleticism
That's
to finish
not
with a reverse.
That's not an easy move for a 6'8" forward.
Wow.
And we see now they're trying to go to the guard, but they can't. Eric Ferguson in the corner against Esho, dribbles the ball, drive it in with a pull-up jump shot. He misses, but DeGuara with the offensive rebounds. We see Stephen Hurt having a hard time trying to box out Sam DeGuara. But Brian Rossa must be happy with Stephen Hurt, though. He's working hard underneath the basket.
But to DeGuara's credit, now this is where he can pick up his ball game, not try to force things, maybe get points from offensive rebounds like that, and not just try your best to post up all the time.
Marcus Elliott to Lee Key, who dribbles in with the floater. DeGuara loses the ball. Now a little bit of rush from CLS Knights Indonesia offense, way long with a overpass to Maxi Esho.
Good idea, just overcook the pass.
And now we're gonna go to the timeout as Maxi Esho trying to talk to Wei Long about that last pass. Okay, ABL fans, we are back in the third quarter. CLS Knights Indonesia up 56-48 over the Hong Kong Eastern with 4:52 left in the third quarter. So Josh, what do you see in this first 5 minutes from both teams?
Well, a little bit of a sloppy start. CLS just really been taking advantage of the Eastern Lions turnovers, and they're able to get some easy baskets so far. But right now, DeGuara hasn't been in the swim of things for Hong Kong.
Oh, we just saw Eric Ferguson miss a wide open 3-point shot, and now is it the 4th foul for Sam DeGuara?
Could be the 4th foul. The big man got the ball, but he brought it down just enough for Hurt to tangle him up. I'd like to see him keep the ball up and be strong. He kept got the ball down to his waist. That enabled Hurt to strip it, and that was a good strip from Hurt.
And Stephen Hurt is playing a great game right now for CLS Knights Indonesia after struggling in the first game.
So DeGuara will probably just try to play as long as he can with 4 fouls. You know, one more, and he's out of here.
I'm really surprised though that Coach Eddie Torres not saving him for the fourth quarter.
Well, maybe I think because Eddie Torres saw that they are actually playing better when DeGuara is hitting, at least for this game, so he's not as worried.
That's true. As we see Marcus Elliott scores, and now a silly turnover
Again, one of these sloppy things that's been happening in this second half right now. That's just carelessness. I mean, like turnover from inbounding the ball.
CLS Knights Indonesia needs to learn how to close games if they want to be successful in this league.
You're right. Just, you know, you can't have the sloppiness continue.
As we see now, the ref, I think, trying to work on the shot clock. They say 14. So Hong Kong gonna work with a 14-second shot clock. Leaky inbounding the ball to Marcus Elliott, guarded by one-way long, screened by Sam DeGuara. Marcus Elliott trying to find Eric Ferguson in the corner. DeGuara kicks it out to Eric Ferguson with the pull-up jump shot at the buzzer. He missed it though.
The post-up play is not really working for DeGuara and the Hong Kong Knights, the Hong Kong Long Knights so far. I'd like to see them get some high-low opportunities trying to get DeGuara in the middle of the paint.
And Stephen Hurst pulls up from the three-point shot. Eric Ferguson misses the rebound. And now Leakey got the ball back for Hong Kong. And the referees,
a little bit of confusion here, referees conferring. But that's what I want to see. If I'm a coaching out there, if there's a questionable call, I'd like to see the referees get together, talk about it, what they saw collectively, and come to a decision.
And I think the referees in these games are doing a remarkable job.
Yeah, there's some argument there, close call, but it really looked like Wong tapped it out.
So now we're back on offense for Hong Kong. Lee Kee passes it to DeGuara at the post. Marcus Elliott make a cut, but DeGuara keeps it to himself and get the three-point play.
Finally, just by sheer will and just by all those chances DeGuara is getting, finally get something inside. But really, CLS Knights are doing a good job clogging the paint and making it as difficult as possible for Sam DeGuara to score.
DeGuara having a tough night in Surabaya right now. We see him taking the free throw. DeGuara misses his free throw, but Eric Ferguson got the offensive rebound. The Knights forgot to box out, and we see Esho with a big block on DeGuara, but Jawado fouled DeGuara on the second chance. And I think that's a good foul though from Jawado, preventing DeGuara from having an easy layup.
No easy points for DeGuara, and that's to Indonesia. To Indonesia's credit, they're really scrambling, playing him physical.
But DeGuara now can get the lead, can trim the lead to 2 points if he makes his 2 free throws. He makes his first one.
And let's not forget, I know we're talking about DeGuara being in foul trouble with 4 right now, but Hurt for Indonesia has 3 himself, so he has to watch out. They still have the fourth quarter to go to, and it's a tight ball game. It'll be a big blow if Hurt gets his 4th foul.
And DeGuara makes both free throws, and now the Hong Kong Eastern is only down by 2 points, 56-54.
And this is what you're talking about, the second half meltdown propensity of the CLS Knights.
And now Monte Brandon couldn't go through the baseline, pass it back to Maxi Esho, kicks it out to Monte Brandon with a spin move. Good hands from Adam Zhu.
They just need better direction on their offense right now. It seems for Indonesia, it seems that whoever gets to touch the ball tries to attack right away and tries to see if he can create for himself.
And now Sandy comes in to the game for Brendan Jawado. And
Only 5 seconds.
Only
Stephen
5
Hurt is
seconds.
open. Stephen Hurt is open. He's not passing the ball.
Asho with the misses. He misses the 3-point shot with the shot clock going down. And now Leakey passes to DeGuara on the post. Kicks it out to Marcus Elliott with the pull-up jump shot. Marcus Elliott rarely missed that shot. That was really open for Marcus Elliott. But he got the rebound. And now he drives it in with the left-handed layup. He misses it. And now CLS Knights Indonesia trying to go back to their offense. Stephen Hurt, open 3-point shot. They forgot about Stephen Hurt.
He will always be open because DeGuara is matching up with him.
But he misses the open 3-point shot.
Another chance for Hong Kong now to tie this ball game up or take the lead.
And now we saw a foul on Sunday, I think, on the baseline.
And I think they're in the bonus. Those are free throws.
And this is why I'm talking about CLS Knights Indonesia in the second half.
Not being smart.
Yeah, they have to play smarter. I mean, they have to know that Hong Kong is in the bonus right now. I mean, CLS Knights in the bonus, and there's going to be free throws for Hong Kong, for Adam Zhu, who also played for the Hong Kong national team. Adam Zhu going to be a big part for this Hong Kong team, though, because he has some NCAA experience.
We know he's smart. You know, it's no joke studying in NYU. That's no joke. He's a smart person, and he can ball.
And now he could tie the game with his free throw.
If you remember, before the start of the ball game, one of the keys to Indonesia's game was ball movement. And they were successful with that in the first half. But right now in this third quarter, they've been forcing things and not having a lot of ball movement in their offense.
Now we see Firman on the post against Marcus Elliott. Pass it out. Bad pass. Stolen by Eric Ferguson, who takes it to the rim, and he makes the layup. And now Hong Kong Eastern got the lead, 57-56 over the CLS Knights Indonesia with 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Another strip by Lee Kee, but he fouled Arif Hidayat while Arif trying to put a layup.
Again, the go-ahead basket by Hong Kong came from Indonesia's turnover. Again, Indonesia has been shooting themselves in the foot. Even in this play, I know they're going to the free throw line this possession, but there was no passes in that possession. Just one guy getting the ball and driving to the basket.
So it's a lot of one-on-one basketball now for CLS Knights Indonesia as Arif Hidayat with the free throw. Arif Hidayat trying to get the lead back for CLS Knights Indonesia now with his free throw. And he makes it 58-57. The lead backs to CLS Knights Indonesia.
Remember, Indonesia is in the penalty right now. They have to defend the last minute and a half without fouling.
And Marcus Elliott goes aggressively to the basket, but he misses the floater. Eric Ferguson with another offensive rebound for Hong Kong Eastern. And now Marcus Elliott trying to attack the basket again. Pass it to Eric Ferguson with the jump shot. And he misses the jump shot. Rebound by Brandon Monte. Pass it almost another turnover for CLS Knights Indonesia.
Just gotta settle down. You know that you have the offense, you got the personnel to do really well. So if you just settle down and not rush things, not force things, then good things will happen for you.
I think this is where leadership gonna come from maybe Maxi Asho for CLS Knights Indonesia. And now Asho one-on-one against Adam Zhu. Nice defense from Zhu. Turnaround jump shot by Asho. It was kind of out of control.
Not a lot of space for him. His spacing wasn't good for Indonesia that time.
And now Hong Kong, wow. Eric Ferguson with the big basket and one. And now we see Eric Ferguson got a chance to put his team up by 2 free throw line. And they also got maybe a 2-for-1.
Yes, that's something big.
And this is going to be a momentum shift for Hong Kong Eastern if they can finish this 39 seconds left in the third quarter with a strong play. I think the ball is wet.
I don't think he can do that. They gotta call violation there. 10 seconds.
I don't know what they are arguing.
Okay, they allowed it. They let it go.
Ferguson with the free throw, and he makes it. And now Hong Kong Eastern is up 60-58 over CLS Knights Indonesia with 39 seconds left. Let's see what CLS Knights Indonesia gonna do in this next offensive trip.
Important for Hong Kong not to foul because the possession will return to them before the end of this quarter.
Brendan Monte against two defenders right now. Pass it to Firman. Out of his comfort zone, but that's what I'm saying. He's gonna lose the ball, but back to CLS Knights. They recover the ball. Maxi Asho short on the 3-point shot.
Last shot for Hong Kong. They gotta know the time.
Adam Zhu passes it to Chen. Chen with a top shot, and now that's the end of the third quarter with the score of 60-58 for Hong Kong Eastern.
Oh. Emotion, high emotion game so far.
Maxi Asho. So we are set for a tight fourth quarter, Josh. Okay, Josh, we are back for the last quarter. So we see that Maxi Asho with 16 points so far for CLS Knights Indonesia as the leading scorer, and Eric Ferguson with 13 for Hong Kong.
Exciting ball game so far. I can't wait for this fourth quarter. Lots of action in this game.
So we see Lee Ki open the quarter with a 3-point shot.
And lots of quality shooting from both teams. Wow, I didn't think they could sustain it, but they're proving me wrong so far.
And now they got the biggest lead with 5 points for Hong Kong. We will see how CLS Knights Indonesia, and as I was about to say that, Brendan Monte with a 3-point play.
If you're an Indonesian fan, that's what you want to see. That time in that single possession, you saw 5-6 passes by Indonesia before getting that attempt. So they should just continue to do that, continue their ball movement, because they have a lot of talent on the floor right now. So use that talent, you know, to their advantage by moving the ball, providing a lot of space for each other, and just executing correctly.
After going scoreless for 3 quarters, Brendan Monte has his points now. He got 3 points now, and Hong Kong Eastern still holding to a 63-60 lead over CLS Knights Indonesia. Lee Ki, a little bit unbalanced right there. and then pass it. He
Good
loses
hands.
the ball.
Great
Steals-
deflection right there.
Yeah, steals from Maxi Asho. Asho going one-on-one with Adam Zhu with a
Wow!
up and under layup. Maxi Asho, showtime.
Esho with the crossover, putting Sue in skates.
That was a very good move from Asho for CLS Knights Indonesia, and it's a tie game, 63-63. Good ball movement from Hong Kong. Another turnover from Hong Kong and CLS Knights Indonesia as well. Shot from Chan, misses an open shot, and now probably they're going to slow it down for a little bit for a good offense.
Good decision right there to slow it down. Watch it. Ooh, almost. He almost had a backcourt violation there.
That was really close. Stephen Hurt goes to Asho. Open dunk from Asho. And CLS Knights Indonesia back with the lead, 65-63. A little miscommunication, I think, on that defense.
But that's the thing. If you move the ball, if you set good screens, you can force miscommunication from the defense.
Another steals and the dunk for Brandon Monte. And now the crowd is hyped after that dunk. And CLS Knights Indonesia with a 4-point lead, 67-63, as the Hong Kong Eastern takes a timeout. So Josh, we got 8 minutes left exact in this game. A couple of great defensive plays from CLS Knights Indonesia.
Yeah, it's now Hong Kong who's been struggling offensively, a little bit out of sorts in that stretch, in that little 2-minute stretch that Indonesia was able to capitalize. So now, good timeout by their coach, Coach Torre, to try to settle down his team, make sure they're able to execute and take good shots.
So Ferguson under rim, misses the shot. Brandon Monte with the rebound. I think now CLS Knights Indonesia putting more pressure on the ball.
Maybe it's a good time now to put Sam DeGuara in for Hong Kong. Nothing's working for them offensively. In the meantime, Indonesia executing well on offense. They're setting good screens and they're moving the ball.
And now Stephen Hurt with the mismatch and the soft touch around the rim.
That's great execution. Setting that ball screen, getting the switch, and taking advantage of the mismatch of that switch. That's good basketball from the CLS Knights.
And now Marcus Elliott trying to bring his team back with the 3-point shot, but he misses it.
Another bad possession for Hong Kong.
Almost double dribble there by Stephen Hurt. Now Jawado see an open lane, take it to the rim, misses it, but he got an offensive rebound. He won't miss that one as the Knights is on the run right now. 71-63 lead for the CLS Knights Indonesia.
Elliott looks really tired right now. He didn't even try to rebound that basketball. He's just there, grabbing his knees and not being able to move.
Still got 6 minutes, 45 seconds left. Marcus Elliott got to find a way to finish this game.
This is a crucial moment for Hong Kong. They need to be able to stop this run, or else this lead might get out of hand in this fourth quarter. They gotta start executing well.
And now we see Marcus Elliott goes to the bench, and now Kertajaya calls for the foul. 8 points now, the lead for CLS Knights Indonesia with 6:38 left. in the game.
DeGuara is back in the game, and this is where they'll need his stabilizing presence, his dominance in the paint.
And now we see
Good
Hong Kong.
execution. Because of DeGuara's presence, Indonesia was so concerned about him rolling to the basket that the defense sucked in too much, and that left that shooter wide open for that shot.
And that was Lau for Hong Kong who hits the shot. To stop the bleeding for Hong Kong. And now Stephen Hurd with the behind the back pass to Jawado. Jawado kicks it out to Kertajaya with the three. He misses the three-point shot.
Good shot though. I like the ball move. There was a lot of passes in that possession, so that's good for the CLS Knights. As long as they don't give up turnovers and give up fast break points, they'll be good.
And now Eric Ferguson he passes the three-point shot. And now Lau misses the shot, but DeGuara couldn't handle the offensive rebound. I think Coach Torres was asking about the foul on DeGuara,
because DeGuara was pushed out of bounds, so could have gotten the foul there.
And now Kertajaya starts the offense for CLS Knights Indonesia, getting a screen from Esho. Pass Esho in the corner against DeGuara, one-on-one.
DeGuara, I don't know why he's jumping off these up fakes. He can just raise his hands up and it's a good challenge. He doesn't have to jump.
And now Ferguson takes it to the basket and one.
These are the things that the CLS Knights need to avoid. It's okay, they get a shot up, if they miss, but they got to sprint back on defense. The only way Hong Kong can get back to them quickly is to give up quick points like that in transition.
And now CLS Knights Indonesia up 71-68 over Hong Kong as we take you guys to a timeout. Okay, Josh, 5:14 left as we're gonna see Eric Ferguson walks to the free throw line to complete his three-point play. So Josh, if you coach Brian Rossum this last 5 minutes, what do you tell your team?
Okay, just settle down. I know you tend to get your emotions high during crunch time. So last 5 minutes, it's so close game. It's basically crunch time right now. So it's crunch time. It's basically execution. And if you're too hyped up, sometimes it's hard to execute. So settle down, trust your offense, trust your teammates, and your goal is just getting good shots every single time. Don't force things.
We will see if that's gonna happen in the next offensive trip.
And that's why Wong Wei Long is back. A little bit better point guard play for the CLS Knights.
And Brendan Jawado pass it out to Wong Wei Long. Pass it to Stephen Hurd at the free throw line.
That's open against the zone. DeGuara will not be climbing from the bottom of the zone to challenge that free throw line jump shot. The guards of Hong Kong has to do a better job covering that if they want to stay in that 2-3 zone.
And now Hong Kong still without Marcus Elliott on the floor with 4:38 left. Sam DeGuara almost traveled there. We see Chan fouled by Wong Wei Long. That's only the third team foul for CLS Knights. They're still not in the bonus. 4-point game. CLS Knights Indonesia trying to close this game for their first home game. It's going to be a big confident booster.
Oh, watch out.
Oh.
That's great anticipation.
And Brendan Monte with the layup.
Oh, that's good. You can do that.
You can do that.
Unless you hit the rim.
Yeah.
If you touch the rim, then that's a violation. But if the ball hits the rim, you can tap it out.
I think the referee,
Yeah, it's FIBA rules. If the ball hits the rim, then you are allowed to tap it out after the ball hits the rim. Yeah, DeGuara is fine. The referees will talk about it and will come to a good decision. It's good now for both teams to come together. You know, it's very hectic. Both teams should come together and talk about, talk amongst themselves. Because execution, both offensively and defensively, will be very crucial.
hopefully they got the replay right here. Brandon Monte with a nice steal.
Great anticipation, though. So right here, it hits the rim first, and that's fair play. That's good.
That should be good.
The only argument the referees will have if the wrist of DeGuara hit the rim as he was tapping the ball out. But if it's clean, if he only hits the ball, then that's a good play. That should not count.
Yeah, that should not count. We see what the ref gonna say right here. Oh, wow.
Okay.
They say basket counts.
So if they say that DeGuara hit the rim, then should it count?
That could be a big play for this game though. If Hong Kong loses by 2, Eddie Torres is not happy with that call at all.
You've been in the ABL longer than me, so if it's FIBA rules, should be. If it's if there's different rules for the ABL, then it's something that has to be known.
We might need to talk to the referee after this about that play, because they're the only one that knows about that call. So Marcus Elliott now trying to get Hong Kong back to the game. Eric Ferguson drives to the basket with a nice layup, and that's a good start if you want to go back to the game.
Good execution now, but in basketball, it's good to have short memory. Forget about that last play that went against you. Time now for you to execute on what's in front of you right now.
And now we're gonna see how the former
DeGuara!
DeGuara with the steal, and he's
dribbling the ball,
trying to go straight to the basket right now.
Wow.
We see now, I think Stephen Hurt called for a foul.
How about the big man anticipating getting in the passing lanes, Rocky? And then not just that, dribbling the ball down by himself. I was afraid for my life.
I think Coach Eddie Torres just happy he didn't turn the ball over.
I mean, Coach Eddie Torres already has his jacket off.
Yes.
If Sam DeGuara continues to make plays like that, he might have his shirt off by the time the game is finished.
But that was an amazing play though from
DeGuara, yeah,
showing a 7-2, 7-3 footer.
I think it's 7-5, man.
That's 7-5. Leaky. Now Marcus Elliott pass it to
number 24.
24 misses the shot, and I think Hong Kong gonna get the ball back. 75-71 for CLS Knights Indonesia.
They're doing a good job boxing out DeGuara.
Stephen Hurt might get hurt right now.
Hurt is hurt.
Hurt is hurt. Elliott, the veteran, trying to lead his team back to the game. Leaky.
It was good execution, just
Moving.
over-eager on that screen by number 24.
Moving screen by Siu. And CLS Knights Indonesia got the ball back. Still a long game though. 4-point game, but still 3 minutes 27 seconds left.
Again, gotta have short memory. That was a blow against your team. Short memory. Forget about it. Only down by 4 points. All you need to do is get a good stop and execute on the next possession. If you're the CLS Knights, you gotta take advantage of these things. You gotta execute well yourself.
And now Messi Asho pass it to Brandon Monte on the wing. Back to Hurt trying to attack DeGuara with the layup. It misses the layup. A lot of commotion in the paint.
Shoving and pushing. Gotta play through it. 8 seconds left with the shot clock.
One way long with the jump shot. He makes it. And now CLS Knights Indonesia up 77-71 with 3 minutes left.
That's a good point guard for you, knowing the situation, knowing the shot clock situation.
And DeGuara answered right away. Actually, they counted one way long shot as a 3-point shot. So 78-71.
Do they review it? We got to review that. It got to be close.
I don't think it's reviewable.
Okay.
So now DeGuara had a chance to answer that 3-point shot with his 3-point play.
Yeah. So good, solid, quick attack. to counter that three-point shot by Wong Wei Long, and then they're still striking this. It's still anybody's ball game so far.
DeGuara makes his free throw. Good form for a big man. 78-74 with 2:43 seconds left in this game.
Hong Kong back to their man-to-man defense. The problem is Hurt will always be open from the outside.
And we see Hurt now trying to find his teammate, but he dribbles in and loses the ball.
Impressive defensive stand by the guard there, moving his feet, keeping his hands high, moving his feet on that dribble.
Do you like that move by Stephen Hurt trying to attack the basket?
It's a good decision, but you got to be more decisive. If you won't be decisive with it, might as well pass the ball out and set a ball screen.
And now Marcus Elliott got the ball on his hands, trying to find DeGuara, and he finds him for an easy layup. And now it's 78-76 with 2 minutes left.
That's the value of having a dominant big man inside. During crunch time, you have somewhere to go to.
Esho trying to take over this game probably now, but ball stays with CLS Knights Indonesia.
Esho is, he's been scoring well. He has 16 or 18 points so far, but he hasn't been doing it very efficiently. That looked like that was off Esho though. That last play.
But it's not reviewable right now. So ABL fans, fasten your seatbelt. We got a good one at Kertajaya, Surabaya right now.
It's a good game so far. Very entertaining, very exciting. And it's just the start of the season, and we're having games like this. It feels like a playoff game to me.
It does feel like a playoff game to me too. So this is why ABL is in their biggest season right now. And Jawado shoots a 3 for CLS Knights Indonesia, and he makes it. And now CLS Knights Indonesia have an 81-76 lead.
Big shot by Jawado.
And now Marcus Elliott misses the layup. Jawado recovers the ball.
Elliott, tough night. He's missed a bunch of shots, a bunch of layups.
And now Kertajaya playing a big minute right now for CLS Knights Indonesia. Stephen Hurst pass it to Kertajaya. Got it by Lee Key. Now Brandon Monte double team pass to Stephen Hurst. Misses the layup, but I think that's off DeGuara. But the shot clock is
intimidation. DeGuara was right there in the paint with great help intimidating Hurt.
And now Hong Kong takes a timeout as they are down by 5 points with 1 minute 16 seconds left. So we're going to take a break for a minute. Okay, Josh, 76 seconds left in this game. CLS Knights Indonesia are up 81-76 over Hong Kong Eastern after that big buckets by Brennan Jawado, who is very clutch right now for CLS Knights Indonesia with 19 points. I think Coach Edu Torres just told his team to take it just one play by one play.
But this possession after this timeout will be very crucial. Let's see what they come up with.
It's still anybody's ball game right now with 5 points.
Lots of basketball to be played yet.
Marcus Elliott getting a screen from DeGuara. Trapped downstairs by Elliott.
Those will be free throws.
He draws the foul, and now he's going to This is good though. They stopped the clock and they could score.
Yep.
This is going to be really big. As we remember last season
Big,
against Hong Kong Eastern, they made a big run also at the end, and the game went to overtime, and CLS Knights Indonesia lost a heartbreaker. At the start, I think I remember that was early in the season too, last season. And now Elliott takes the free throw, and he makes it. Elliott, man, he's a veteran guy.
Yeah, that's a vet for you. He's been struggling the whole night and comes down, makes the first of these two big free throws.
So we'll see if Elliott can make it. His second free throw. And he makes it, and it's a one-possession game again.
Again, the CLS Knights finishing will be tested. Their
Yes.
composure down the stretch.
So now, almost 60 seconds left in this game. Brandon Monte, one-on-one with Adam Su.
Wong Wei Long is not in the game.
Yes, this is very big minutes for Arif Hidayat. And now Brandon, this two-man game between Brandon Monte and Stephen Hurd. Passes to Arif Hidayat, who got the ball. Passes to Stephen Hurd, fakes Sam DeGuara. And that's a big shot from Stephen Hurd.
Huge make by Stephen Hurd. But again, DeGuara leaving his feet. He is tall enough to just stay on the ground, get his hands up, and it'll be a good contest. But when you leave your feet like that, you take yourself out of the play, and he just, just made it a lot easier for Stephen Hurd to knock down that crucial jumper.
So now Hong Kong with Marcus Elliott bringing the ball up. We don't even see a lot of Eric Ferguson in the last couple of minutes for Hong Kong. Now they go to DeGuara on the post against Stephen Hurd. Overpower him. Great defense from Stephen Hurd. That's what they want to see from Stephen Hurd. Timeout from CLS Knights Indonesia with 29 seconds left.
Impressive stand by Stephen Hurd in that possession.
That was really impressive.
But Hong Kong continues to try to test DeGuara's post moves rather than try to get him off the move.
That was a big shot though from Stephen Hurd.
You see DeGuara leaving his feet. He doesn't need to.
I think Sam gonna watch this game again and probably watch that defense by him.
Yeah.
But 29 seconds left, Josh, and it's CLS ball, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's good as shit. I think you have to foul. You gotta play the fouling game now. 5-point lead, 29 seconds. You can't allow the clock to run out too much.
I think they might want to go to.
They try to get a steal first early. If you don't get it, then the fouling game will ensue. However, the problem for Hong Kong is they're not getting penalty.
Okay.
They only have 3 team fouls right now. So it's a big decision for them. I believe they will foul first to get themselves to the penalty and then try to get the steal.
I think if you are CLS Knights Indonesia, you might want to go. You want to get the ball to either Brandon Jawado or Maxi Esho probably for this crucial time.
Or this is where the main men take charge.
Yes.
So get the ball to your closer. Get the ball to your main man, to your go-to guy.
And now they're going to inbound the ball from the sideline. So
Sam DeGuara is off the game, so I think they would foul because Sam DeGuara has 4 fouls.
Sandy Kusuma inbound the ball to Arif Hidayat, fouled directly by Chan.
Now, if you're Hong Kong, then you gotta force, some of the Indonesian locals to receive the ball and force it to make free throws. Try to avoid Esho getting the ball, deny Esho.
They're going to go to Stephen Hurd, and that's a quick foul by Eric Ferguson. Stephen Hurd, who just hit a big shot. Now
He will be tested now. Testy free throws.
This is going to be
Coming up.
crucial. It could make it to a 3-possession game.
Make sure that ball is dry.
Taking his time in the free throw line. See Stephen Hurd from Kansas State University. He hits his first shot.
Wet, ice cold right there.
And now his second shot to put the CLS Knights up by 7. And Stephen Hurts makes his second shot, and right away a timeout from Coach Edu Torres. This is a good sign for CLS Knights Indonesia, having Stephen Hurts bouncing back from a tough first game against Saigon Heat. He scored 9 points, shooting 4 for 17 from the floor. And tonight, Stephen Hurts has 17 points for the CLS Knights Indonesia.
And he was a big part of the CLS Knights game plan, trying to pull DeGuara out of the paint by, telling Stephen Hurts to encouraging Stephen Hurts to take jump shots early in the ballgame, open jump shots.
So it's not only his offense tonight, but his defense was
yes.
crucial also for CLS Knights Indonesia. So
This is the final timeout of Hong Kong. Remember, both teams now are in the penalty. So all Indonesia has to do is to make it as tough as possible for Hong Kong without fouling, no quick baskets. Hong Kong can score, but make sure they'll force it to eat as much time as possible.
I think CLS Knights Indonesia might need to watch for Marcus Elliott. I think they might need to go with a 3 with 27 seconds left.
Hong Kong will just go for the first available shot, whether it's a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer.
I think just get the best available shot and probably foul again after that.
The quickest and the best available shot.
And Marcus Elliott's gonna inbound the ball, I think, to Lee Key. Lee Key gonna get an open look. In and out.
That was a good look, though.
That was a good look, but it was in and out. And now Esho got the ball. Hong Kong got a foul. And just like that, Chan fouled Esho, who gonna walk to the free throw line. And he could put the dagger in his game with his 2 free throws. Esho got 20 points in this game right now before these free throws. It bounces it in.
Not the prettiest of 20 points. He's 30% from the field, but he's still getting the job done despite his struggles.
And now Esho can put this game away with his second free throw. Esho slowly taking his free throw, and he makes it a 9-point game with 18 seconds left.
There you go. You want to see good finishing from the CLS Knights? This is proper finishing for this squad.
Yes, with a couple of good defensive plays and good offensive plays as well. And now CLS Knights Indonesia gonna win their first game in the 9th season of the Asean Basketball League by beating the Hong Kong Eastern 87-78. What a ball game though, Josh.
Fans definitely here in Surabaya were 3-1. Heck of a ball game. Very excited, very high quality shooting, very physical, high emotion. What an ABL game this was.
And a lot of CLS Knights Indonesia fans gotta be so happy because they always worry about finishing the game. And now we can see the growth of this team by finishing the game really calm and just executing offensively and defensively really well.
You got that right, Rocky. Just a couple of days, it's just a quick turnaround. That's good coaching from Coach
Brian Rossum.
Brian Rossum, and right now the only way to go from Indonesia is up. Build through this. They've seen the capacity. They've shown the capacity to learn from their mistakes. Now, time to grow from their success.
Now we see the team praying at midcourt. But what do you think happened to Hong Kong though in the last couple of minutes of the game? They were like close. They almost went up.
Yeah, it's good defense from the CLS Knights. Let's get that right. But again, a couple of sloppy possessions, rush possessions by Elliott, and then turnovers here and there for Hong Kong led to easy baskets by Indonesia and making it more easy. But again, credit Indonesia for their hot shooting. I mean, Jawato, hot shooting from the outside and really lifted his team up.
Jawato got 19 points, and Maxi Esho led the team with 22 points.
And
So this is
And let's not forget that crucial three-pointer by Wong Wei Long, end of the shot clock.
So now we're gonna head to Ardo again, our side court reporter. So Ardo, go ahead. Thank you, Ardo, for interviewing the player of the game, Maxi Asho. So now I think we're going to see some highlights from the player of the game. What do you think about Maxi Asho's performance tonight, Josh?
It wasn't the prettiest of performances in terms of field goal percentage, but he got the job done. You know, just his sheer grit and sheer will to lift his team up, to give them the production needed to get over the hump and win this first game.
And now we watch Maxi Asho finishes through the context.
Little spin move right there.
Yes, with the spin move, play of the day, 22 points and 10 rebounds. And I heard it was 3 steals also. And now Maxi Asho, this is the dagger 2 free throws at the end. So Josh, now we back. What do you think the CLS Nets needs to do to build from this win?
Yeah, I mean, it was great game for both teams thus far. You know, I know Hong Kong had their struggles with the fouls of DeGuara, but the CLS Knights, they were able to overcome the struggles they had at the end of the third quarter and start of the fourth. And that's a good sign for the maturity of their team. If they can continue to grow and, like Esho said, play together as a team, play the way they practice, then who knows how far they can go in this tournament.
And now we're looking at the stats. They out-rebounded the Hong Kong team 43-39 and also 18 assists.
Tremendous free throw shooting by the CLS Knights.
Yeah, we want to see the 3-point though. We want to know how many 3 points they made.
Yeah, but great shooting for both teams. You know, and capped it off, you know, the 3-point shot by Jawato towards the end of regulation really was the dagger that lifted the CLS Knights to this win. But again, overall performance by Esho, bringing producing all throughout the ball game and being that steady presence for the CLS Knights.
But we couldn't forget about Brandon Monte also, who made a couple of crucial defensive plays at the end. And this is really interesting because Brandon Monte was very quiet in the first half.
It was just able to deliver the right time. There's the 3 by Jawado. And let's not forget also Stephen Hurd.
Yes, Stephen Hurd, we cannot forget about him.
Yeah, that jumper, nice little jumper started the ball game. A crucial jumper at the end towards the end of the game, and crucial stops against the giant, the behemoth in Sam DeGuara. Stephen Hurd was really able to hold his ground and prove that he can hang with the giant.
And I think Stephen Hurd might play a very big and pivotal role on the defensive end for the CLS Knights Indonesia, because DeGuara, I could say he's a little bit struggling the whole game because of foul trouble and because of the defense of Stephen Hurd.
But here you see your boy, Jawado, delivering for his team.
He almost got 20 though, he got 19. He told me he's gonna get 20 points before the game.
It's good enough though.
It's good enough. As long as it's a W, I think he's probably pretty happy with his performance.
Again, as we see, both great shooting for both squads. You know, Leaky, Wong Wei Long were able to hit big threes, but here the turnovers, you know, timely, ill-advised turnovers by the Long Lions towards the end of the ball game in the fourth quarter really spelled their doom.
This is Eric Ferguson was pretty quiet too in the last couple of minutes. They didn't go to him. They're trying to go to DeGuara. Eric Ferguson finished with 18 points for Hong Kong Eastern.
That was a big shot by Wong Wei Long. So
And this is also a big shot from Stephen Hurt.
getting DeGuara off his feet with a pump fake, stepping inside, 1-2 step, knocking down the mid-range J. That was a big shot.
Yeah, you have to be really.
And right after that
That's
possession, getting that defensive stand, great defensive stand against DeGuara. And not to mention, he knocked out 2 crucial free throws.
Yes, he did. And now we are back here. And Josh, thank you so much for your analyst tonight.
I had fun, Rocky. I know it's your first time
This
being
is
the
a-
play-by-play guy, but you did an admirable job, and it was a great game. I'm happy to have the chance to call it with you here in Surabaya. Great win by the CLS Knights, and hopefully we're looking for them to continue their winning ways. And for the Hong Kong, that's back-to-back losses now. For the Long Lions, let's see if they can bounce back from their current woes.
I appreciate that, Josh. And now let's eat. We're going to have some dinner together. We're going to talk more basketball. So, guys, thank you for tuning in for tonight's game. So we'll see you guys next game.
Good night.
Good night.